So thank you very much. We're going to discuss today the role and the value of the data center and the peering in the region to meet the current and the future demand. Now, before we start, I would like to give my panelists a quick word of an introduction for themselves. Then we're going to listen to Huda and to Kamal for their opening speeches, and then we'll go into a panel discussion. So I hope this is okay for you. And if I may start with you, Huda, maybe a quick introduction. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Sabah al-khair, Your Excellency, dear valued guests, partners and friends. First of all, on behalf of Omantel, I would like to welcome you in our home country, Oman, and hopefully we'll have a very successful event and a lot of millions to come from this event. My name is Huda Al-Ghabshi. I'm Senior Manager Capacity and Submarine in Omantel, responsible of capacity, data center, investment in submarine and capacity as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Let me go to Noah, please.
Sabah al-Khair. Thank you for being here. My name is Noha Khalifa. I'm the Director of Middle East at AM6. AM6 is Amsterdam Internet Exchange, and I'm here to empower the Middle East, AM6 in the Middle East with Internet exchanges. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Noah. Kamal, please.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. معالي الوزير، معالي مدير عام الشركة العمانية للاتصالات، الأخوة والأخوات، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. I'll shift to English. So first of all, I would like to thank GCCM and Omantel for organizing this great event of really interconnection of key figures in the wholesale and carrier community. And it's really a very important event, especially now with all what's happening around us in terms of digital transformation and evolution of data as the new oil. And Omantel and Oman has been pioneering in really bringing the value of data into Oman, and the testimony of the tens of cables being landed in Muscat and Salalah is a great testimony of the effort that Omantel and its wholesale team has been doing to bring Oman into the global map of the global internet. So, and hopefully during this 2 days event, we'll be able to really share with you what we've been doing together in terms of bringing the digital ecosystem to Oman and to the region through the partnership of Omantel and Equinix. So with that, I thank you very much, and we really appreciate that we'll have a great discussion this day. And yeah, looking forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go to Ta. Please, welcome to you as well.
Thank you. And thank you for having me here. Taha Hussein from the Telco. I'm handling international datacom products, and data centers and internet exchanges are part of it. Looking forward to a very successful session. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ta. And Stefano, please, over to you.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everybody. My name is Stefano Resi. I work at Nokia. I'm sales director for IP optic technology here in Middle East and Africa. And I spent basically all my career in this part of the region, in this part of the world, sorry. And besides work, I'm very passionate on how digitalization is really helping our lives. And I think, you know, this passion got really fulfilled the last 3 years, because our distinguished host and all the people in this room are the ones who really pulled us through the last 3 years. So we really should, I believe, be proud of ourselves, because beside doctors and paramedics, our industry really helped the world going. And that's a very important message.
Thank you. Grazie, Stefano. And last but not least, Anas, I'm happy that you could join us. Welcome. Please take a minute and introduce yourself to the audience. Thank you.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Anas Haj Qasim from Saudi Arabia, Riyadh office of Frost & Sullivan. And I am the Associate Director for Consulting and Digital Transformation. I lead the delivery of the most of the research and consulting assignments in Middle East. So I'm glad actually to be invited, and I'm excited to share very exciting information and insights. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much. So, okay, we know who we are talking to. Now, what are we going to talk about? As we mentioned, the data centers and the peering and whatever comes to it, the opportunities in this beautiful region. If I may be so kind to invite Huda, please, to the stand for her opening presentation. Thank you, Huda.
I would like, first of all, I would like to thank Eric. It's always a pleasure to have to participate in one of your informative panels. Today, I'm going to give a quick presentation because Eric told me like it should be less than 5 minutes. So we will be talking about Omantel and the achievement that we've been doing during the past years. First of all, Omantel is the global communication hub, where I believe everybody's already start hearing about the global communication hub being one of the most important vision for the country. And this will not happen without the support of the government or the regulatory here in Oman, plus our partners as well here locally in Oman. So we are considered to be the central ecosystem enabler. As I said in the beginning, the core business is the core message is the vision of Oman, where we want Oman to be the global hub of the GCC, as well as because as you know, the internet started from US and then came to Europe, and then it bypasses us all the way toward Asia. So we have a lot of potential here in Oman or within the GCC, but we as Omantel alone, we will not be able to do it. It should be with the support with the local ISPs, our partners, our friends and partners in the region as well. This will happen by having the right infrastructure. We were managing to have the right capacities and the right infrastructure to have a diversity. So I'm gladly happy to say that we started with, sorry, but I'm short a bit. So I'm gladly to say that we started with, in 2010, with less than 2 cables, submarine cables, and we were relying on our neighbor countries. And with the effort and the team did in Omantel, we are reaching currently for more than 15 submarine cable. And in 2024, it will be, inshallah, 21. So this is a huge achievement of Omantel. And I would like to give an applause for Omantel, please. As well as to have the right infrastructure, then the hyperscaler, the CDN, the OTTs player, they will need a data center. When we say a data center should be a neutral where everybody should be there. Everybody can participate to this achievement or to this success. And for me, I consider MC1 is one of our success story. Which I think I will give Kamal to speak more about MC1, where we have a joint venture with Equinix, and we can see everybody in MC1 right now. We have Ooredoo Oman in MC1, Awasar, Vodafone. So everybody is there. They are able to provide the same services that we are doing as Omantel. And we are replicating the same success story in Salalah, where, as Sheikh Talal was talking about SN1, and hopefully it will be up and running by end of 2023. And by having the right infrastructure and the vision and the support of the government, plus the neutral data center, we will be able to attract or bring all the hyperscalers. As Sheikh Talal said, most of the content now is already localized in Oman. We have Facebook here, we have Google here, we have Amazon as well, and a lot of CDN caches. This will allow the customers all over Oman to have better customer experience, as well as we are not providing the internet to Oman ISP or to Oman locally. We are providing more than 20 terabit around the world to our neighbor country. When I was talking about having the right infrastructure, this means that we need to be the gateway. We were blessed with a very unique location as Oman. So plus the relationship, the stable relationship with other countries. So we were able to be the gateway. As I said, we already have more than 15 submarine cable. As you can see, we are the gateway to Iran, to GCC, to Asia, and to Australia as well, and to Africa, where we have the G2A, and to Europe. So by coming to Oman or MC1, you will have a redundant of capacities all over the world. Whenever there is a cable cut in somewhere, we will be able to retrieve it very fast. And we are aiming to be the one-stop shop as well, where we will be the preferred provider for all the hyperscalers. As I said, we started by bringing all the CDNs, all the hyperscalers here in Oman, and this made us to have more than 85% of the traffic are localized here. I don't know if you remember, before the pandemic, we were a bit facing a bit of challenges in Facebook, for example. Whenever you scroll for reels or something, it will be lagging. But by end of 2020, we were able to manage to bring Facebook. They have the first and biggest POP in GCC here in Oman. So the customer experience become much better because of the latency. And in 2022 as well, we already have our first neutral data center joining venture with Equinix. And as I said, in Salalah, it will be by end of 2023. For people who didn't see Salalah, this is Salalah. So we would like to welcome you, especially in June, starting from June, the monsoon season, but I don't recommend to come before June. So Salalah will be the more cost-effective stop between Asia and EU and Europe and Africa. As per the location, it will be like a transit hub where all the cables will be landing in Salalah. Now we have almost agreed to have 4 submarine cables to be landed in Salalah. So I'll not talk more about the data center or the neutral data centers. So I will let Kamel to elaborate more. Thank you so much. And again, welcome in Oman.
Thank you. So thank you, but Huda, before June, I'm not allowed to come to Salalah, but it's so beautiful.
No, you are allowed, but
Okay.
it depends.
Yes.
It depends if you are able to handle the heat or not.
I'll come for sure. That's absolutely a promise. Because
it's always a pleasure to have you here, Eric, in Oman.
And congratulations again, and with Omantel, of course, with first the MC1, which we opened up a couple of years ago.
Yes.
Enormous success.
Yes.
And the SN1 in Salalah will, for sure, record-breaking as always, be the junction between Europe and Asia. So congratulations again. Kamal, if I may invite you, please, to the stand for your presentation. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to listen to Kamal from Equinix, and to listen to his insightful opening speech. Thank you, Kamal.
Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everyone. So again, my name is Kamel. I'm the managing director of Equinix in the Middle East region. So hopefully in the coming 5 minutes, okay, didn't like my voice. So yeah, in the coming few minutes, I would like to take you through our journey in the Middle East and how do we see the market and our investments in the region and especially in Oman. So. You know, we all know that digital transformation is really accelerating across the MENA region. we have seen over the past few years a big acceleration of digital transformation, fueled really by the necessity of remote work, by the necessity of hybrid work, that was caused by the pandemic, which is hopefully now is an endemic. So, but as we get out of this tough 2 years of pandemic, we realize many businesses realized that if they didn't go digital, they would not be in business anymore. Imagine a retailer who did not have a digital strategy and could not sell over the internet for the past 2 years. So basically, who could have gone out of business. So really, it's our duty as industry, as regulators, as telco operators, to work together to really provide digital services at world-class level, and provide the capacity and the coverage to enable the creation of these digital hubs. This region is really a fortunate region in terms of geographical location. We are sitting in a very strategic location between the East and the West. Most of the world data and the traffic goes through this region. And we have seen that the Middle East is becoming more and more of a global digital hub. And we've seen many countries have their priorities to bring a digital strategy into their countries, So we've seen a lot of the countries, Oman in particular, but also many neighboring countries like the UAE, Saudi, who have put the strategy of digital hub at their core government priorities, which is very, very good for the region, and at the core of that digital strategy is the data highways, which is represented by the subsea cable and the cable landing stations. And definitely Oman has been a pioneer in landing cables into the country. We know now there's 15 cable landed in Oman. We're expecting to have more than 20 in the next few years. And with what we're seeing in the industry, we're seeing more and more cables being landed. However, what we're still seeing, maybe Oman is a special case where most of the data generated within Oman is originated from Oman, but we are seeing still a huge reliance on data traffic and internet traffic through Western European hubs, and based on telegraphy regional analysis, which was done last year, 2022, we'll still see around 83% of Middle East internet content still served from digital hubs within Europe, especially hubs like Marseille, Frankfurt, Amsterdam, and this is not easing down. This is actually growing at a rate of 30% growth year on year. What this means to the region is that the region is really not able to get the full utilization of the digital highways, because most of the data originated from the region is being tromboned through Western Europe, which is something we as industry in this region and regulators and operators need to work into solving. What does this mean is that, in the Middle East, we have a key of digital corridors. The key 4 digital corridors is Turkey, Europe, Saudi Arabia, France, UAE, and Oman. But Europe is still the significant origin of MENA internet content, So what this means is that the region is not really, Muscat is not competing against Dubai, or Dubai is not competing against Riyadh. We are competing against digital hubs in Europe, in Amsterdam, in Frankfurt, in Marseille, And we really need to bring the attractiveness of to the region, you know, and to make this region attractive and avoid data tramponing, you know, there are three key areas. You know, the first is internet and content need to stay local. This is very important. You need to have to raise network performance and capacity and bring network capacity at affordable prices. And you need to have what we call the, what we've been discussing is the neutral data hubs that are going to collocate content and capacity to enable it to really propagate within the region. And this is what is our mission as Equinix. We've been working in this region for the past 10 years, and I'll touch base on that, you know. But however, in Oman, we have made significant investments in partnership with Omantel to bring the MC1 neutral hub into the region, which is currently a growing digital ecosystem with networks, content, and enterprises. You know, we've announced our entry into Salalah. Salalah is going to be a major interconnection of cable subsea systems, you know, and these neutral hubs are very essential to serve the region growing digital demands. You know, so a little bit about Equinix. We're a 20 plus, we're a global company, 20 plus years. We started kind of from the network background. You know, the networks needed a neutral place where they can meet and share data and capacity and peer. So this is where Equinix started. You know, our name stood for equality, neutrality, internet exchange. You know, that was 1998. Then in 2000, the content providers wanted to be closer to the networks and to the eyeballs. So they started collocating within our facilities. So we started creating the content ecosystem. Then this ecosystems emerged with financial institutions coming in. So you have the financial ecosystem, cloud providers joined the party 2014 to create the cloud ecosystem. And really now we are working on, we're the largest digital infrastructure company with more than 10,000 plus networks, CDNs, clouds, and enterprises peering and collocating together in our facility to create a vibrant digital ecosystems that are powering the digital economy. So we are currently in 32 countries and 71 metros. We have 240 plus data centers completely interconnected through what we call our Fabric platform. So that's a global digital ecosystem where global companies can come and live within that ecosystem and build their business and you know, and digitally enhance their infrastructures. You know, we announce countries you know, every month. We just recently announced our entry into Africa, where we are now into 3 countries. Ghana, Nigeria, and Cote d'Ivoire. We announced entry into 3 countries in Latin America. We went to Chile, Peru, and Colombia. You know, so really the business is growing and really fueled by the partnership with yourselves, the carriers, and the networks and the clouds, which is really fueling the growth of our business. You know, so our services is not just the colo data centers. So at the bottom end, we have the data center services. We call them IBXs. These are the internet business exchanges where the cloud and networks meet and collocate, you know, but we have value-added services like our interconnection services, our Fabric platform connect all our data centers together. We have internet exchanges. I think we're one of the largest internet exchanges in the world. We have deployed our internet exchange currently in Muscat. We have our internet exchange deployed in Jeddah in Saudi. You know, and we are adding more and more digital services like our edge services, which is routing as a service, metal service, hardware as a service, and many others. So you know, and really it's a place where infrastructure as a service, networks, collaboration, software as a service, and security vendors all meet to collaborate to provide innovation digital services to our customers. Just to put a bit of focus on the Middle East region, so we are in the Middle East since 10 years, which started 2012 in UAE, where we started our first data center called Dubai 1, DX1, which is a region interconnectivity hub serving the region. We've expanded into Abu Dhabi, and we added more capacity into Dubai with our DX2 and AD1. MC1 is our flagship regional hub in Oman in partnership with Omantel, which is serving currently the region cloud network and enterprises. And recently we've announced our entry into Salalah. We're very pleased with this partnership into Salalah, because this is really going to be a growing interconnectivity infrastructure for all the subsea cables landing into Salalah. In Oman also, we're hosting the Oman IX, which is an Equinix IX in partnership with Omantel. And just recently we launched our latest internet exchange in Jeddah in partnership with Mobily. So this is the JED1 and Oman and Equinix IX in Jeddah. So this is in brief. Looking forward to have the panel discussion and to meeting you across these 2 days to really share ideas and share our thoughts and our aspirations for the region. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So that was very interesting. So thank you so much, Kamal. Thank you for this insight presentation. Talking about data centers and then the role of peering and the role actually in this region. Anas, if I may start with you. From Frost and Sullivan, I mean, you are the guys who always have the helicopter view, what's going on. Help us and please share, what are your views on, let's say, the data center landscape in this beautiful region? What are the key drivers? What are the opportunities, but also the challenges you see?
Of course, yeah. Thank you. Actually, I'm hearing my voice, so it's a bit distracting. Okay.
We can hear you loud and clear. Thank you.
Very nice. Okay, so Frost and Sullivan, actually, we identified that the data center market is really growing since we're tracking the data center market since 2015, and we have seen tremendous shift, especially after 2019. And we see that the data centers are now changing in the model of delivery and changing in the model of partnerships as well, right? So we're expecting the data center revenue in Middle East to be crossing, actually now it is almost like $800 million, and it's crossing $1.3 billion in the next 3-4 years. So we've seen the partnerships model or the ways of delivering the data center now is changing, becoming from pure telcos to joint venture with it's surprising for many of the people actually with property developers. So the property developers now are working together with either with telco or with giants, cloud giants, to build data centers in Middle East. So and also the business model of delivery is shifted from retail to wholesale. So players like Equinix or others are now delivering the platform for government, for cloud giants, for telcos to deliver the data centers also in wholesale model. So this is very much actually what we have seen. And only in Saudi Arabia, the amount of or the market size of data center in gigawatt or megawatt, it's now almost like 110 megawatt, and this will increase almost like by 50% in the next 3-4 years. So projecting this to most of the GCC countries, I believe that the growth will be at the same rate for the data centers in the next 3-4 years.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Eric. From my perspective, I bring somehow the Nokia perspective, so the technology supplier.
Please.
We see a huge driver, which is all across Middle East and Africa. Still more than 1 billion person need to be connected. And we can think of people, obviously, but I would say even more, as Kamel was pointing out, enterprises, SMO, they need to go digital or go home. And the interesting part from my perspective is that, yes, the first effect is that they will find a digital ecosystem where to flourish. The secondary effect is that this digital infrastructure will create new education, new university, and this will then foster a secondary effect, which is new digital company from Middle East and Africa will start generating content. So to me, if this digital content that you guys are building now, we all are building now, are bringing the content from Europe and North America here, definitely it will help also to bring the Middle East into Europe and North America. That's at least my hope.
Okay. Taha, what's your take on it? How do you see what are the characteristics you see in, let's say, the data center landscape, and what can you tell us about the demands that you are seeing or challenges?
Well, thank you for the question. What I can see is that the region is moving more into the digital transformation. Everybody's talking about digital transformation, and the giant or hyperscalers of cloud are all trying to start placing their POPs all around the region to be closer to their customers. So that is creating demand, a lot of demand on the energy, on the data centers and power. So this region being rich in power is enabling us to fulfill their need and make it easy for them to build these data centers and the ecosystem for them to be able to get closer and to serve their customers, right? And I think it's an opportunity for all the telecom operators in the region to put hand in hand and develop the whole region to be ready. I wouldn't compare it to the West or to the East yet, but we are step by step going there. That's what I wanted to say. The infrastructure is being built, everything is getting ready, and I think soon we'll be there.
Thank you. Oda, you wanted to jump in, or you jumped in already? Please do.
No, what I was saying to Taha, that we are on the right track. And I would like to confirm that we are not, as a telecom operator, we are not competing with each other. We are complementing each other. In order to bring this region as a global hub, we need to work hand in hand together to make it successful.
So partnership, again, is the key word here.
It is the key word.
The two of you are the perfect example for this, right?
Yeah, one of the most successful stories, I think.
And congratulations on that. Now, Kamal, I mean, everybody's talking about, and like we should, I mean, we only have one planet, so sustainability is a very important part. And I know you probably get, let's say, 100 of millions of those questions, but we need to become a bit more green. So on the sustainability, can you tell us and share with the audience, how is Equinix and together in the MC1 and the SM1 in Salalah, how are you, let's say, answering that question? Because it is not easy, because it's eating a lot of energy. Because, ladies and gentlemen, let's be honest, we all are on our cell phones, which eats data, which eats energy, which all comes down by the end of the day via the IXs in the data centers. So we want to be as sustainable as possible, but we use it as well. So it is for the data centers not always easy to be there and to be, as we sometimes say, as green as possible if we would like to. So maybe you can say a few words on, let's say, the sustainability on the data center. What do you see around you? Not maybe only Equinix, but if you can share something on that point.
So I think the question of sustainability is really goes more than business. You know? Yeah. Sustainability is our commitment to the planet, our commitment to our children and grandchildren, you know, to provide them with a place that's better than where we are. So sustainability is a top priority. You know, it cannot be more true these days where we see sustainability is becoming a top priority on government agendas, on top clients' agendas as well. You know, so you can see that there is a huge drive to bring down PUE ratios in data centers to build more efficient data centers. You know, and this is really not just business. It's more, as I said, it's very much social. And for us, it's this. For Equinix, this is a top priority. We've committed to be, you know, to zero carbon emission by 2030. You know, in our global platform, and you're talking more than 250 data centers.
That is within 8 years. Within 8 years.
Yes, exactly. And this is very ambitious, but we are very well in plan, you know. And if you know Equinix, when we promise, we deliver, you know. So yes, we are 100% focused on that effort to be 0% carbon emission within 8 years, you know. And I think it's not just Equinix, to be fair. It's a collective cooperation for the industry, because this is our duty, you know. We don't see this as a competitive advantage. We see this as a social imperative for us, you know. Now, of course, we are always looking for new technologies to build more efficient and more green data centers, you know. In some countries, it's easier than the others, because you see in some countries you are able to use alternate source of energies like wind or hydraulic or sometimes nuclear, you know. In this region, it's a bit more difficult, because we do not have wind power or hydraulic power as such. But we have solar, and we're trying to use solar as much as we can. We're trying to make sure that our data centers are very, very efficient, working within a very low PUE ratio. And in some of their data centers in the region, our PUE ratio is comparable to Europe, which is a great achievement. We're also discussing with the authorities within the countries we operate in, how we can reuse energy and how we can reuse power generated by the data centers. You know, in some countries in Europe, for example, we use the energy generated by the data center to heat villages, to heat cities, you know, to provide you know, to provide source of heat for schools. So again, in the region, you know, for example, MC1 and SN1, we use the latest technologies to make sure that these data centers are very low in emissions and make sure that we are very, very competitive. So again, sustainability and green is a top priority for Equinix. You see us talking about it in every discussion. Our CEO is part of the CEO Action Committee for green and sustainability. And yeah, as I said, this is not just business. This is a moral responsibility for us towards our kids and our grandkids and towards the planet. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, and congratulations with your ambition. Because 8 years to be carbon neutral, that is ambitious, but you always deliver. So I don't see a issue there. It's still a challenge.
Again, this is not. Again, we went to the market and committed to that. So
openly, yes.
Yes. So it's not like we're doing it in secret. It's part of our analyst conversations, you know. And if we don't deliver, the market will punish. So we will deliver.
You invite the public actually and everybody to judge you. Now that's transparency. That's absolutely cool. All right, Stefano.
Eric, if I can just complement what Kamel was saying, absolutely. And I like, Kamal, what you said is not just an Equinix effort. As technology supplier, we are also taking our share, and we feel this moral obligation. We work a lot in the efficiency, power per gigabyte. We are transforming all our, let me say, former technology chipset into 7 nanometer. Sorry, I'm a little bit nerdy here, but what is the catch? Why we are doing this? Because the moment in which the chipset has a lower technology, okay, it's just a chip. No, because this chip needs to be cooled with fan, and the fan will need air conditioning, and the air conditioning cooling. So it's all chain that then will have a fallout effect. So if we don't do this, we will complicate the life of Equinix.
No,
it's really an ecosystem effort.
Yeah, no, and everybody in each part needs to contribute to the sustainability. Now, I would like to go, because we need to hurry up a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, on the IX side. So Noah, maybe you can say something about, let's say, the region on the IX side from AMSIC's point of view, and then maybe how can, let's say, local interconnect, help actually in to improve the customer experience. So it's sort of 2 questions actually.
Good, and I'll take the last few minutes for myself.
Of course, please.
Okay. First of all, I'm talking about internet exchange from AMSIC's perspective, but also from myself as one of the daughter of the region, because I'm original from Egypt, and I'm eager to help the region with the digitalization transformation. So from AMSIC, it's very important to have good functions data centers, neutral data centers, sustainable data centers. It's also important for us to have that. And for us, it's very important. It's our vision and mission to bring traffic local, because the more the traffic local is, the better it is for the latency, and the better it is for the customer experience, redundancy and latency. So, and yes, as we just heard, that the traffic is being collected in Marseille, in Europe. But I believe that this region is able to have its own content locally. You see all the sea cables coming through Omantel, through Oman, but also Egypt is 17% of the traffic passes through the Middle East. So we do here, this region has a huge role to play and in getting the traffic local. And I'm here as AMSIC to help to facilitate this digital transformation of local traffic.
And you do already, we know.
And we do. We have Manama is the leading IX in the Middle East with, they hit 450 gig to peak traffic. And recently we opened Egypt IX. So it's live now, and we already have 3 connected parties.
Congratulations, Milan. Taha, please.
Thank you.
I always say to Noha that we used to have a river of data flying from east to west. Now we are bringing streams within the region, so we'll make this region green as well. So that's the idea of localization. And with this localization, we will consume even less power, and we will be helping sustainability as well.
All right. Okay. We know what's going on. We know what's here. We see some new initiatives. We see some young initiatives already. What I would like to go to, and then ask, maybe you can help me in this one. I mean, if you would have a crystal ball, I know it's difficult, I know, but here comes my crystal ball again. Scoping a little bit the future. What would you say is coming towards us here in the region? What is your view? What can you tell us?
Yeah, actually, first of all, it's linked, to sustainability and data localization. So sustainability, I know now 2 of the GCC leadership, I mean government leadership, are working on the policies, to enforce to all data center providers in countries. So this is the first thing that will happen now on the green initiative, and and the data center sustainability policy. Second thing, actually, when we were looking to the data traffic generated by individual data centers and individual rack, how much the megabit per second per rack, so we analyzed this, and we're expecting that between 2024 and 2027, there will be shortcut, there will be shortage of the accessing the outside data. I mean, outside data. I mean, especially from SaaS. So, from SaaS perspective, software as a service perspective, in addition to, so we have to look into a very important thing here: the data sovereignty. All the governments now are looking into data sovereignty to localize the data in transfer, in storing, and also in processing data outside the borders of the country. So the regulation is coming from one place, and also the dependency on the software as a service from other hand. Also third hand, which is the OTT and also gaming, also pushing further for international connectivity. So what I think that we will see, I think that in 2024 that many SaaS operator will be, more and more SaaS operators will be now in the region. And also different acquisitions in the data center space from SaaS, also from gaming players and OTT to local data centers in countries. Meanwhile, the regulation will keep pushing the industries to be regulated for more data sovereignty policies. Yeah. So this is my take for the near future.
Big round, starting with, Stefano, you're smiling. So I'll start with you. Can you enlighten us? What's there? What's out there for us? What's coming towards us? What do you see?
It's a very interesting question. And how much time do I have? Do I have 15
1
minutes?
minute.
Okay, one Italian minute.
Massimo 2, dai.
So, I really see fantastic future, brilliant future. So in terms of perhaps enabler, and was touched base before, this new cooperation between web scaler, hyperscaler, and telco operators is brilliant. It's not anymore vertical, it's becoming horizontal, and this is unleashes so many forces. More in terms of technology, I think particularly in this region, the number of IX is perhaps 1/3 than in Europe, and the number of connected network is 1/10 than in Europe. So that says that we are a young, vibrant region economy. We can just grow exponentially. We will have definitely a period of hyper growth in the IX. And if the colleague was saying she's a daughter of the region, I consider myself an adopted child of the region. So in terms of econometrics, I see this growth. More in terms of technology, and with this, I promise I close. I was just tweeting these 3 points that were in my mind. Internet exchange are definitely the prerequisite. But I think, and what I see also in the industry, also speaking with different operators on this topic, this will create a new architecture of edge and far edge data centers. So the internet exchange are paramount, but they're the beginning of this transformation. Edge and far edge will have to come in order to provide to users, I'm not saying subscriber, but user in terms of SMO, governmental organization, as well as private users, low latency and cost-effective services.
No, it's good to see that, and thank you, Stefano. It's good to see that the building blocks are building up, but also together with partnerships, they are working together now. So that's a very important statement. And
I really believe we are seeing the foundation of a skyscraper.
Well, thank you so much. Ta, please.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. So what I see is in the near future, there are a lot of investments that are going to happen in the infrastructure and setting the data centers and the highways and the internet exchanges. And I think the future is, inshallah, bright for the whole region.
Inshallah. Noah, please.
What I see is a region that is going to catch up with the level of that is in Europe with the traffic and the internet exchanges being communicated. And I see that this region has a huge population, very young, the average age 25, 30, and they're eager to make something. They're eager and they will catch up and overachieve what's going on traffic in Europe. They will overachieve this in less than 5 years. So I believe all the traffic will be here.
That's
and
a statement.
I think Europe will come to get the traffic from here, I hope, inshallah.
It's about time, inshallah. So, Kamal, for you, quick closing.
Yeah, so quick. I'll tell you what we are seeing, and I'll tell you what we want to see. So what we're definitely seeing is a growth of digital ecosystem and huge investments in capacity to the region. So this is really positive and really important. And we will see big capacity, we'll see big investments. So, and pioneered by Omantel and all the other national operators, and really to serve a growing digital national agenda. So this is great, and it's happening. Now, what we want to see is I would say more interoperability between the various countries in the region. Ease of access, lower cost of access among countries. I would not say secret that it might cost you, 10 times to cross from a border of one country to a neighboring country than to go through Europe. So this is definitely something we want to see changed in terms of enhanced user experience and I would say more streamlined and optimized cost of access. And I think if these investments, coupled with superior user experience and affordable capacity, definitely coupled with the strategic geography of the region, we will be able to capture most of the internet traffic. We are sitting in the middle of the highest populations, China, India, Africa. We didn't talk about Africa, but this region is going to be the gateway to Africa, and Africa is a huge and promising growth engine. So this is what we're seeing, and this is what we want to see. Thank you.
Okay. Huda, the famous last words are yours.
Thank you. So we were talking about the key driver. Traffic is the key driver of the development of the digital transformation, and it will keep increasing. The amount, especially after the pandemic, we saw we are almost out of capacity. A lot of things happened, a lot of challenges happened during the pandemic, but it will continue growing. So we need to cooperate with each other, put hand in hand, especially within the region, to make it the second or the upcoming global hub. And what I would like to see from telecom perspective, that we have a seamless connected data center within the region, so the traffic can flow easily. We can exchange traffic easily within the region. And from data center perspective, I believe Kamal already spoke about sustainability and how they are commitment. We can see that now hyperscalers are building their own data centers. They are choosing cooler region like Sweden to have their own data center, or even a data center under the sea, in the seabed. So data centers will keep improving. will keep imposing the sustainability in their strategy. And in the end, thank you for having me in this panel and wishing you all the best in this event. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you so much. I couldn't close this even better than with Wida's words. Thank you very much. I want to thank, of course, Omantel and Equinix for sponsoring this session. Of course, Huda, Noah, Stefano, Taha, Anas over there. Ciao, ciao. Thank you so much.
Thank
Kamal,
you.
thank you so much. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, thank you so much. This was the opening of 2 long days of insight, sharing information with each other, talking to each other, enjoying each other, enjoying the beautiful surroundings of Oman and breathtaking Muscat. So with this, oh, and one last thing, at 6:15, there are the buses waiting for us for the fantastic, most beautiful gala dinner party of the year, sponsored by Omantel, of course. And have fun, enjoy, and thank you so much. Okay, bye-bye.